I'm Ned Courtney. This is the Lotto Show. All right, good morning and welcome to the very first show of the Kiwanis 50/50 Lotto Show. We're glad to be with you today, and we've got some great stuff coming up on this very first show. First of all, once again, Happy New Year. Joining us on this New Year's Day, Lambton Shores Mayor Bill Weber. As well, we'll have the president of the Forest Kiwanis, Sandy Burkhart, and she'll have some things to say about what's going on with the Kiwanis and the Lotto, of course, the 50/50 draw. We will have the 50/50 Ditty of the Day with Ann McKnight. She's here, and it'll be a lot of fun. Each of our shows will have a Ditty of the Day, a little song for you, all about the Lotto, all about the 50/50 draw. And we also have coming up Kiwanis Program Profile. Murray Finch will be here talking about the very important program, the Bike Rodeo that the Kiwanis put on every year. It's a great education and fun time for some kids on their bikes, and some very top-notch professionals helping out with that as well. And finally, last but not least, of course, we'll have the jackpot update. How much has it grown overnight? It just started last night on New Year's Eve. And, well, we'll see. It's been kind of busy with the orders coming in for those tickets, so we'll see how much it's grown already. Either way, it's going to be a minimum $1,000 jackpot by the end of the month. Probably a lot more than that. And all of that coming up on this show this January 1st, start of a new year.
Today we're honored to have as our very first guest on the Kiwanis 50/50 Lotto Show His Worship Lambton Shores Mayor Bill Weber. Good morning, Mayor Weber.
Good morning, everyone, and Happy New Year. Looking forward to 2021.
Yeah, I bet you're as happy as anyone to see 2020 in our rearview mirror.
It has been a very challenging year, but as always, the people of Lambton Shores and have did a great job of looking after each other.
Maybe you could tell our listeners a little bit about your story and your path to becoming the mayor of our municipality.
Well, I've been very honored to have been mayor for the past 10 years now, and looking forward to the future. I've been on council for many years, since Lambton Shores actually started back in 2000. So it's been quite a journey. I think we've done some amazing things here in Lambton Shores. One of the key things that I keep talking about is our volunteers and our people in our community, that they just shine, they come through, they contribute to projects and make things happen, just like the theater has in Forest there with the redevelopment of that. So good things because of good people working together, and very proud to be the mayor and looking forward to the future.
Now, how important do you think service organizations like the Kiwanis are to any community, to our community?
They're vital to our community. What they give back and how they help with everyone just getting along, everybody working together. The quality of life is great here in Lambton Shores because of our service clubs, right from the north end to the south end and all the way across. Everybody, there's such a commitment to working together, and so much care about our environment and about our people. So it's very important. Yeah.
So, well, as you know, the Forest Kiwanis has now, as of today, January 1st, launched our New Year's 50/50 Draw Lotto to support our many community projects. You mentioned the Canetto Theater in Forest, and the Kiwanis, we do several other major fundraisers, and this past year, of course, hasn't been able to see many of those happening, and so the 50/50 lottery is a great way for our organization to raise funds and continue to fund community projects. There's a bunch of them: the Pancake Breakfast Rodeo, the Bike Rodeo, Strawberry Social, the Santa Claus Parade, which was a unique application this year of that. Is there any of those that are kind of a favorite of yours, Mayor?
I have attended them all, and I don't know whether there's any favorite. They're all great. They're all, again, people working together. And your launch of the 50/50 draw, I would like ticket number 1, if possible. I would put my name down for that. So.
All right. Well, we'll see if we can make that happen for you. That's awesome. Thank you very much. We appreciate your time today, Mayor, and all the best for 2021 to you.
And all the best for everyone out there.
All right. Well, you have a good day, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. This morning we're talking to Sandy Burkhart. She is the president of the Forest Kiwanis. Good morning, Sandy.
Good morning, Ned.
And Happy New Year to you.
Thank you. Same to you.
So Sandy, as president of Kiwanis, she knows everything there is to know about the organization and what we're involved with here in the wonderful town of Forest. So maybe, Sandy, you could kind of give our listeners a little background on how you came to heading up our organization here in Forest.
Well, actually, this is my third time as president of the Kiwanis. First time I stepped in for somebody who wasn't available at the time. The second time I was elected, and the third time I was elected. So I have always been a Forest girl. I've lived here all my life. I was worked at the library here in town for 35 years before retiring about 3 years ago.
And what made you have an interest in working with Forest, or with Kiwanis here in Forest?
Well, I think I came the same way many of our members come. I was invited by another member who thought my background was appropriate for the Kiwanis group, and the timing was right, so I said yes. One of the nicest things we do is deliver birthday cakes to senior citizens. This has been going on, I can't remember how many years. It started long before I joined Kiwanis. It's one of the most thrilling things you can do, just to bring a cake to somebody and wish them a happy birthday.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I'm sure it would mean a lot to those folks. And now what happens when they deliver these cakes? Do they sing? Do they dance? Do they, like pop out of a cake or anything like that?
Well, I've never heard of anybody popping out of the cake, but I think a few of the people that deliver have sung. Sometimes we just knock on the door and smile and say, happy birthday, and hand them the cake.
That's awesome.
We're also offering at this time, because many people as they get older don't eat as much sugar, of course. So we do offer theater passes as an alternative.
Very typical of or the best of what Kiwanis do, i.e. that we're here as a service organization for the folks of Forest, in our case. And so all of the projects have that in mind in terms of what we do, and such as, the bike rodeo, Santa Claus parade. Now, the Santa Claus parade this year was different in that we did kind of a reverse parade, right?
Yes, we did, indeed.
But it was very well attended, I hear.
There was probably over 400 cars. It took people were very patient because it was at least an hour and a half, maybe 2 hour trip through the fairgrounds to see the floats. But everybody, even at the end, was saying Merry Christmas and thank you for doing it. So we were overwhelmed by the response, but the community around here is like that. They just, when you have something you want to do or present to them, they're right behind you, supporting you all the way. I don't think I'd want to live anywhere else. It really is a great town, and as I say, very, very supportive. And
do you have any maybe superstitions or rituals that one might do for the tickets to make them luckier? Any advice like that?
That's a tough one.
So rub their tickets against a lucky person's head or something.
That could work. I usually just cross my fingers or use a birth date or something, but
people are saying that, they have rituals that they do to try to make their numbers lucky, and maybe then they'll come up. But regardless, everybody knows, and the reason they seem to like the 50-50 idea is that they pay a little for their tickets, and it helps a lot in terms of supporting all the programs that the Kiwanis do here in Forest.
It certainly does, and it's a good value for your investment both ways. You have an excellent chance to win a prize, and as you say, it does support some really wonderful programs in the community.
Well, Sandy, thanks very much for all you do as the head of our organization and driving the projects that make things happen here in Forest. We appreciate you, and we wish everybody good luck in the 50/50 Lotto. And I know you'll be a big part of rolling that out. And I'm going to ask you if you would be willing to pull the first winning ticket at our upcoming early bird draw. Would you do that formality for us?
I'd be very glad to do that.
Awesome. All right. Well, we were talking to Sandy Burkhart, president of the Forest Kiwanis Club. And thanks for your time, Sandy. Again, Happy New Year and all the best for 2021.
Thank you.
All right. Well, next we've got our official musician in residence coming up here for you. Now, Ann McKnight is her name. And good morning, Ann, first of all.
Good morning to you.
Thank you. So you've been working very hard on our what we call Ditty of the Day for our Lotto update podcasts here, right?
I have.
And have you come up with something for us?
Yes, I have, and it's been a lot of fun doing it.
Oh, good. And what's the first one called?
Called Wouldn't It Be Nifty?
Wouldn't it be nifty? Oh, I like that. Okay. And so we're asking local celebrities, and I know you're not a celebrity yet, but maybe after these songs you sing, maybe you will be. Okay, so we'll go ahead and play that first one you did for us. It's called, what is it again?
Wouldn't It Be Nifty?
Wouldn't it be nifty? Sounds great. All right, thanks, Ann, and we'll talk to you next time.
Okay, bye-bye.
Wouldn't it be nifty if you won the 50-50? Wouldn't it be nifty if you won the 50-50? Wouldn't it be nifty if you won the 50-50?
All right, well, this morning we're talking to Murray Finch of the Kiwanis here in Forest, and Murray is the guy who looks after the bike rodeo, which is an awesome event, and it's been going on for a while. Good morning, Murray. How are you?
Good morning, Ned. How are you?
Happy New Year.
And Happy New Year to you, too.
So tell us about this bike rodeo program.
Well, as you know, the Kiwanis Club of Forest is number one priority is young children priority one. So every year we try and do things for the community, for the children and the families as well. And for probably about 40 or so years, the Kiwanis Club has been hosting the annual Bicycle Safety Rodeo. For the last 25 years, I've been chair or co-chair of it and having to work with a number of our members and members of the community as well to put this event on. So every year we host it on the first week of June, first Saturday of June normally. That seems to be the time that most people are available, and it also starts into the beginning of the cycling season. As a result of reaching out to the community, we usually get donations in kind to the value of about $3,000 to put this on, and it costs us over $1,000 normally to put it on as well.
And what do you do at the bike rodeo?
Well, because of the help from members in the past and present, we have interactive props. So we'll have what's called a railroad station. So it looks like kids are going to have to try to cross a set of railroad tracks, and we have the lights that are flashing. We have retired CN employees that work that as well, and they educate the kids on proper cycling tips. We have another station, it's the Demon Driveway, so as if a kid's going down the road and a car is going to back out of the driveway, then what happens is the kid has to react to that by braking properly. And, of course, we encourage these kids to work with them before they actually get tested on it. So we'll give them several opportunities to test it, and then when they're ready to test, then we'll test their skill level on that. Every child is given a score out of each station out of 25, and that's done by our judges at every station. So they're all impartial judges as well. And then at the end, they're all in categories of 3 different categories male, 3 different categories female, of age categories. And then what they'll do is the highest scorer will receive a trophy, or a medallion, I should say, and every child is given a prize just for participating.
That's great. And how many kids do you get out for these bike rodeos?
We've had upwards of just over 100 kids one year, and normally about 75 to 80 kids every year.
Wow, that's a lot of kids, a lot of bikes.
We also have a lot of the kids will bring their parents and grandparents. So not only are we teaching the kids proper safety and cycling and that, is we're also teaching the parents and the grandparents on how to educate their kids on how to cycle safely and maybe encourage them to go cycling with their kids as well.
Right, that's excellent. And are most of these kids and their parents and grandparents from Forest, or are they from the region, or what?
Yeah, they're all basically from forest and outlying areas, so communities like Arkona and Kettle Point, Ipperwash, Kamlaki, Watford, we've had them from all over the general area. And we've had a few kids that were in the area visiting family. They're from Toronto and different places like that, and they've come over and competed as well.
Well, that's good. Now, this year, 2021, we're still under, some issues with the COVID. When will you know whether you'll be able to do the bike rodeo?
Well, we've already reserved the arena for it. We do it on the ice surface inside the facility. So depending on what the rules are for the lockdowns and the COVID, that'll be hinged upon that. So I don't know if we'll be able to do it this year or not. The way they're talking with the rollout of the vaccine, it may not be done until September.
Well, hopefully, things will go quick and we'll be able to get it in, because it sounds like a lot of fun for kids and very valuable information and learning they do there as well.
And again, if we can prevent one child from suffering a head injury and having a positive impact on them, that's what our goal is.
That's perfect. Now, Murray, what's your background? How did you come to work with Kiwanis?
Well, I came to town in about 1990 and joined the Kiwanis Club in 1992, and then by 1994, I became the chair of the bike rodeo because I was a police officer at the time. And it was felt that I had the connections within the police department to assist in the Kiwanis Club that way. So I've been doing that ever since, and even now retired over 2 years, I'm still the chair of it, and I'm always looking for volunteers that want to participate and give back to the community, whether it's their time or donations in kind. Whatever skill set they have, we can usually use them in our event.
Well, it sounds like an excellent event. It's obviously been doing well because it's been on for a long, long time, many years. And congratulate you for your work with that. That's absolutely awesome. Thanks for talking with us today, Murray.
We have two jackpots. The early bird jackpot is $500. You must get your tickets by January the 10th for the early bird. The minimum grand prize jackpot is $1,000. And that's it for us for this edition of the Kiwanis 50/50 Draw Lotto Show. Join us again next Friday morning. We'll be back with more information for you, lots of fun, and a jackpot update. Until then, this is Ned Courtney. Bye for now.